Spotify responding to the controversy surrounding its podcast hosted by Joe Rogan. Stream service publishing some platform rules, saying it will add a content advisory directing listeners to its COVID-19 information hub. As you know by now, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell pulled their music from Spotify, accusing Rogan of spreading misinformation. And now in this Instagram post, Rogan apologized and promised to balance things out, Jim. Says he's going to try to do better by having a wider variety of opinions.
Right. I thought that was good. I think that people are getting concerned about what was the real policy that they had, because I think that he was one of the primary people who made it so this country didn't get as vaccinated as another 29 countries that are not as well off as we are.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, today, got upgrades over at Citi, and their general argument with Spotify and Netflix is that the economics of the business, the shares are not reflecting better economics, maybe not sub numbers in absolute terms, but better pricing, better margins down the road.
Well, I mean, I think that look, this is the era of podcasting. We all know people who just do. They used to read, now they podcast. But
it used to be called radio, but yeah, now it's long-form radio. It's nice. Listen, it's good, yeah.
Look, I think Spotify is a great company, and I do think that they're doing better than
we can remember when they made the push into podcasting. Daniel Ek joined us, I think, here a few years back when they made their decision, and they've obviously allocated a good amount of capital towards it.
And they were laughed at initially when they did it, or people felt that they were not going down the right path, or that their business was running out.
Yeah. Well, they may not have anticipated that it would bring them into public view in this way. But it doesn't seem to be having an impact.
Do you remember Monsanto?
The stock has been suffering along with many others, but as you see, it's going to respond possibly
the problems
today.
that Monsanto had? You know, the chemical problems that lowered the valuation.
Yes.
Did you ever listen to Monsanto by Neil Young? He could be a visionary.
No, I didn't actually.
Neil Young's very smart.
It's unclear how many other artists are going to join him at this point. Whether or not this has been enough to stem the comments from that have been enough to stem the potential tide of
I think
artists.
The issue was I didn't know it was semantics. Like you're not allowed to say it'll kill you, but anything else is fine. No, that shouldn't be the debate. I mean, geez, if that's the debate, well, you'd rather say, okay, listen, I'd rather get sick than vaccinate. That's what that leads to that.
Right. But then it gets to the larger question of misinformation on these large platforms and what responsibility the platform owner has to policing it.
Well, do you think Mark Zuckerberg?
And that gets you to.
Do you think Zuckerberg just says, you know what, I'm going surfing because we got another guy on the hot seat, Rogan?
Yeah, I think he does.
Well, we're going to hear more from them this week.
But someone said they're going to have a good quarter.
A couple stories on the wire about how we're going to learn a lot more about their metaverse strategy.
Well, there are a lot of companies that have metaverse strategies that we're just now beginning to realize could have, for instance, Coors has got a metaverse strategy.
Coors? Yeah, Coors. The beer company.
Yeah, they're going to have a metaverse strategy.
What are they going to do in the metaverse, Jim?
Oh, it's a secret.
Oh, it is?
It's a secret.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.